Hey everybody, good morning. It's Friday morning, and this is Faraday Research, and I'm doing this quick little video because I want to lay out exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next little while. I'm going to be doing some changes. Right now, I have two donation methods. One to become a patron, and the second one I got my Bitcoin to help me out fund my projects and stuff like that. Like anybody else, everybody's having a hard time these days. Money is hard, but I still try to scrounge up as much money as I can to keep these videos going and keep you guys not only educated but entertained, and try to inspire people to get into this free energy type movement. So I have my Patreon. My links are in the description. So what I'm going to be doing in the next little while is I'm going to start adding a lot of content to the Patreon page. Now, this content that I'm going to be making is going to be exclusive to Patreon. So you will not be able to view it on YouTube. So in order to get this exclusive content, you have to become a member of my Patreon page. Now, the videos are going to consist of build videos. Number two, I'm going to list and put an explanation to all my circuit diagrams. So, people have asked me for circuit diagrams in the past, stuff like that. I have no problem doing it, but now it's going to be exclusive content on my Patreon. So if anybody asks me for a circuit diagram or they don't understand, they want to see something on paper, you're going to have to become a Patreon now. So I don't mind giving the content out. I've got like probably over 40 videos listed on YouTube, a lot of helpful information. But certain stuff I'm going to keep exclusive to Patreon because I have to fund some of this work I'm doing. There's no two ways about it. For me to continue doing what I'm doing, and I do to sheer out of passion. I've got, like I said, almost 40 videos there, and I try to do at least a couple of videos every week. So my content is fresh. I try to post on a weekly basis, but certain stuff like my trade stuff that I want to really share, I will be still making regular videos. Don't get me wrong. I'll be still doing my videos. I'll still be doing my podcasts. You'll still be able to see what I'm doing. But when it comes to real technical stuff and the drawings and the schematics and my theories behind a lot of this stuff is now going to be exclusive content on my Patreon page. So right now I only got 2 people signed up on my Patreon. That's fine. I'm kind of new to it, so I have to build it. So I have to have good content on that Patreon. I can't give the really exclusive stuff and put it on YouTube for everybody to see, where I can be giving that first-hand knowledge to my patrons. I have to commit to my Patreon people. And the people that are supporting me, I have to give them content that they're going to want to be a Patreon. So it's not like I'm trying to hide information or whatever, but I have now an obligation to give exclusive content to my patrons. So that's what I'm going to do. So circuit diagrams, build videos. Some people will ask specific questions on certain things, which now I can put in Patreon. So if they're a patron and they have specific areas of interest or questions or whatever, I can now put it in the Patreon page for them to see that exclusive content. So some even like theory and stuff like that. What is electricity? What really is electricity? And how does it work? And how do you create it? So stuff like that. More of the physics stuff, exclusive content, stuff that's a lot more in depth. So I will have to be committed also, not just to the YouTuber community. I also I have obligations to my Patreons now, so I have to have content for them. So that stuff there is going to be exclusive for my Patreons. I have a commitment now. I've made the commitment that I have to give them good content that, stuff that, you know, just a regular public is not gonna be able to view unless you become a Patreon. So that's the whole point. I have to make some money out of this. Like, I don't expect to become the next YouTube millionaire and, drive fancy cars and, you know, fly in private jets and all that bullshit. I don't need that crap. I just need a few bucks every month just to kind of fund my stuff so I can keep my content coming to my viewers and try to build my viewer base, in which it's really growing right now. Like right now I have over 700 subscribers to my channel, which is cool. Like, I'm really happy. Like, the channel's really taken off. Everybody out there that's sending me questions and comments, like, that's awesome. Like, I love this stuff. So the regular YouTube stuff, I'm still gonna post, so don't worry about that. It's gonna be posted. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. It's gonna be current, it's gonna be fresh, it's gonna be new. But if the real detailed stuff is going to be exclusive for my Patreons, I'm obligated now. I have to give them something that the regular public's not going to get. So, yeah, that's just the direction I'm going to be going. I have the platform to do it, and Patreon's probably the best way to do it. So I got a couple Patreons now, so I have to give them some content that's exclusive to them. So, it's just the way it is. It's, I'm not the only person doing it. There's thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of people doing the same thing. So, sign up. The best thing I could suggest is sign up, pledge like $2. What's $2 divided by 30 days? That's nothing. I can piss harder than that. Like $2, $5, whatever is in your budget. It can be 50 cents or whatever it is. Make a little contribution, and then, you help support me. Even if it was $1, just hypothetically, it's $1. Now, does a dollar really hurt you? No, I really don't. But it really helps me out. Even though that it's $1, it sounds like an insignificant number. It really, really, really helps. Every cent I can collect to buy the stuff I need to create this stuff. Because I'm on a shoestring budget like anybody else. I work 50-hour work weeks, plus I have a family. And on top of that, I'm doing this. So my commitment is pretty hardcore. For me to put out fresh, good content and keep everybody happy and answer the questions. Like, I sleep literally 5 hours a day. I am up the rest of the day doing stuff, either at work or working on my projects or family stuff or whatever. And I'm still able to get out 2, maybe 3 videos a week. My content is fresh, it's new. I've made huge advancements. I'm working on obviously the Don Smith generator right now. I've made some interesting finds as far as design of the coil and stuff like that. So I'm going to be working on that this week. I bought some stuff from my local hardware store. Oh, and the other thing too is, in the Patreon, I'm going to show you how to build a pulse motor, basically with scraps. You can literally go to Home Depot and pick these parts up, or your local Auto Mart. Pick the stuff up and actually build your own pulse motor from basically hardware store stuff. Like, you don't have to go and get specially, 3D printed parts and all this kind of stuff. I want to show you how to build a pulse motor that you can go to Home Depot, pick up the parts, come home, put it together, and have a working over Unity device. And I'll show you how easy it is. Like, my first pulse motor I ever made, the wheel I used a friggin' lawnmower wheel. And I put some magnets around it. So I'm going to show you stuff like that, like stuff where you wouldn't even think that would actually work, and it actually did. And that first pulse motor I made actually worked fantastic. It worked really, really good. And I made it with hardware store stuff. So, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm going on a rant. You know how I am. Again, yeah, I'll be probably on Bernie's podcast this weekend. It's early in the morning here. It's about like 10 o'clock here. I'm just still having my first coffee, and I'll be heading to work. And then tomorrow I am going to probably work on some new stuff in the evening. I gotta go get my snow tires on tomorrow. So I'm like wall to wall busy, and I'm still putting content out. So there, I'm just going to be moving some stuff in a new direction now. I got to be somewhat committed to my Patreon guys and put some exclusive content for them. And that's just the direction I'm going. I'm evolving. Things are happening now. I'm getting a lot more views. I'm getting a lot more subscribers, and things are happening, which is great. And you guys are the reason why it's happening. So, yeah, be a part of this project and get involved. And a lot of you are getting involved in the project. So, anyways, I'm rambling. That's the way it is. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe in the bottom corner. Also, the Patreon link's going to be there as well. And we'll see everybody soon. Next video.